Oh! What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Krishevskaya, the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody called the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Iras storms towards Garen. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag and then heads towards the door. Crazy bitch. She ignores him. Krishevskaya, where are you going? Gonna take a shit. Bump. Hey! Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. You... Krishevskaya! What? What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threats falls on deaf ears. Everyone knew Grishevskaya. She's always been like that, I think, Undertale music. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours, not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. Well, Grishevskaya is really up in the crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. What? It's papers, please? You're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. What dystopia are we in? Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless, like a wheat that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible, that is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Grishevskaya's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much that they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garen. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. Of course they'd want to read the silly little things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Iris somehow. She rarely shows up to school, and even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that, and also I was really scared. Ira has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it was like I weren't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson, I think it was math. I came in through the door, bathroom window. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh, hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business, so I just sat there thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. The thing is, like, it's like a cool shot, right? And I'm pretty sure that Ira thinks so, but then, like, what if somebody comes in and they really need to go and, like, they're kind of loud about it, you know? And she's just there like smoking a cigarette, and then in the background you hear the, you know, the symphony of bathroom noise. Wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all of that for me. That would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. She stood next to the window, bathroom window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance, the world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of a toilet stall? I mean, there's worse things you could say. Like, do not go in there. She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd just gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Sikabliat! Whatever. No, wait! Please. I took a step towards her and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say. Yeah, because you haven't washed your freaking hands, Asya. I just knew that I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to my mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Eh? She blinks. Not really. Not when you have a cold heart like mine. And ice running through your veins. Maybe a little. Aww. Ah, thought so. What a way to make friends. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that she got in trouble. Huh? Well, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Well, I guess not. I mean, that kinda did. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. She's shy, okay? She's hiding her shyness behind a hard exterior, Asya. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? Slam! Slam poetry! I stood there dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? What if she likes stupid poetry? Ira Grushevskaya? The bells rang out and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I needed to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. Wash your hands of your responsibility, maybe. Responsibility to good poetry. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shabina. You borrowed your home. Oh my god. Vadim, you freaking asshole. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Asya. At the same time, you can't just let them walk all over you like that. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no, I forgot I left it in there. No, it's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? Really looks like you if you were pretty. Vadim, you're gonna get shanked. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say none of your business if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I just started doing it when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. It's embarrassing to think about it now. But... Ira. She just walked past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. Should have spoken louder. Even though it took all of my courage just to muster that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey Vadim. What? Chicken butt. I remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Asya, you ain't seen those 50 kopecks for the rest of your freaking life. Huh, 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday? Jesus. You remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez, I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble, Shubina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. You probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Oh my god, she beat up. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. Not exactly starving. Lately I've been eating too much junk anyways. Asya. Yeah, maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it, haha. Oh, that's good I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. Okay, well fuck you. Well, I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? Yeah. Just some light makeup, you'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun, alright. This is either gonna be a little wholesome or it's gonna be fucked up. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Alright, but... Yay! Come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or to punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers seeing me like that. At least the toilet's closed so I can wash this mess off quickly, but... I should stop falling for these pranks, but... Bump. Sorry. I left my face up without thinking. Oh no. Ugh. The hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Wanna know how I got these scars? Yeah, I look awful. God. I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me, and she told me that much and in no uncertain terms. She said that and I kept repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me? Her not joining in? Her telling me she liked my writings? She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. I mean, for a lady like Ira, that's like a deep felt confession. 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So you remembered? There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Huh? Oh, he's just said, hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Oh, please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. Ah, that's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid, I can't help but laugh. Ah, but that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to, but better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. And some of them aren't even good or bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story because each moment has a lot of merit on its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously, I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am, and also the paragraphs keep shifting and I'm feeling like I'm trapped in the sands of time or something. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right, I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. As yet. All of this, I have all of this, right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. Yeah, you can ask for, I don't know, a car? Do they have cars in this time? In this timeline? Is this like an alternate world or something? So why did I act as if that weren't enough? Why the hell? You idiot. What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? Ira looks like she's going to slap me, but instead of swings her boot against the snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. But there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is... Huh? The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? This is a loaded question, right? It's like, why isn't anybody here on this earth, you know? Bubbly break, by the way? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't even have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realized I messed up. I really did. Now she's going to punch me. Ira's going to punch me for real. She's going to punch me and then never speak to me again. I really hope she punches me. I don't even say sorry, I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. You piss me off. Okay, maybe Ira does like Asya. Me as an empath. And you piss me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. Excuse me, there's no way you believe that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at the shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No thanks. It's wet anyway. I fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. It will get damp inside, but I don't care. Did they like have like a bucket of snow and they poured it on me or something, or what? Or did I just like stay outside in the cold for that long? A fake confession is still a confession in the end. I don't know about that. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. You know what? In a way, I kind of see I see where she's coming from. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real, I met Ira today. Ira came after all those weeks of praying. Ira came. Thank you. Eh? I smile at her. Even after I said I'd come to terms with it, no, right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small, involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. I forgot how to say words. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything really. Betsune, what did I say? Flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. That's cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Ah, right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry, I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. Wanna come with? What, already? Ira gives me a quick once over. You take care. She doesn't know how to handle intimacy. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. Feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No. Change my mind. I run back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. Turn the same corner, Ira passed not even a minute ago. And she's already gone. Batman. She Batmaned you. Batwoman? The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Ha. Why does she always leave in such a rush? What's going on here, by the way? Like some sort of... Is this Charlie Chaplin? With the penguin? Doom, boom, boom, boom. Chapter 2. Batwoman. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. We're back in Undertale. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Wait a second. Isn't this the same thing? Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to say, wait. Did I? Oh, okay. They just repeated the same words again. I was really confused there. Let me check. I'll record a bit more. I'll see if I finish the first chapter in this recording session. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Ugh, this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Ah, and she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that. Though choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way, only Garen doesn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Ha, dude, you're serious? Come on, man. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shibina's having fun, right, Shibina? Please don't look. Shibina, get out of whatever pose you're in. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what, gonna throw a chair at me? To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. What, got a grenade in there or something? She looks at... Why does this guy look like freaking Sans if he was a dude? Also, he looks like he has a mortgage too. Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. But what the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? Something silvery shines in Iris' hand. It's a bow compass. Is that how? You serious? She doesn't even say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. It's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Also, I can't say words. Maybe some onlookers? No, most people will think that she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated. And I'm getting some really silly thoughts. Get out of the pose you're in or something. I don't even know what it is. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only I didn't do anything really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore, because in that moment I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. I don't know, the thing is, so someone in Asia's position, right, who is, lonely, having someone come to save them in their mind, right? Of course it's gonna seem like a really big deal. And the other person might be doing it out of like the goodness of their heart, right? It might just not be like for any ulterior motive. I mean ulterior not as in like a bad thing, but like for example, like let's say Marina, and by Marina I mean Ira, likes Asia. It might not be for any ulterior motive, but because they're lonely and they really desire human connection, they will come up with reasons that the other person is coming there for them. Like they're doing it for them secretly. The 2 of them share a connection because you want a connection. So whatever you want, you kind of twist the world into, seeing it that way. And the thing is, it might be true, right? It might be true. There's a story where, Ira might be might have troubles with intimacy and showing her vulnerabilities. Which, I mean, to be fair, with people like Vadim around, I would completely understand why. But at the same time, it's like Asia's just... I feel really bad for Asia. I say that as coming from like a place where like in the past, like in middle school, I was in a similar situation where I didn't necessarily, get bullied on, but I did act the fool because that did get a rise out of people, right? So that was a way for me to interact with other people. But it was never like to this point, right? Because I had some friends that also acted the fool, and we were just, we were idiots with each other. So there was a sense of camaraderie. But, I mean, I feel really bad for Asia. We'll continue on. It's still not good enough. I want the world. I still kept looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some points I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Iris spent all of her free time at home. Which could be the case, but it didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. What if her parents didn't spend any time at home? What if they were out and about and she was trying to avoid them? Asia. Jeez, and you say you had a reasonable mind.